Welcome to the Know Before You Go Travel Show, where we share all the latest travel tips, tricks, and insights to make your next vacation the best one yet. So sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, and enjoy the show with Penyak Travel's George Penyak and our senior travel consultant, Janet Penyak.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
We hope everyone's having a great New Year, and welcome to another show of the Know Before You Go Travel Show. And it's the New Year's. It's crazy.
Well, it's New Year's Eve.
Well,
right
a lot
now.
of people are. Yeah, it's New Year's
but
Eve.
But
for
yeah,
us.
you won't listen to this until New Year's.
There's gonna be a lot of people out there just tuning us in here in 2020. We hope you had a great and safe Happy New Year, and we hope you had a good time last night or over New Year's whenever you're popping the earbuds in and letting the vacation for your earbuds flow right through your headphones.
Okay, that didn't make any sense, but go for it. Whatever.
But it's still 2019 for us. It's the last day of 2019, and it's crazy because it's gone by. This is the fastest I think a year for us has ever gone.
Oh, yeah, it flew by.
I mean, it absolutely flew by, and it's been a tremendous year. You and I were just talking about, all the places you went, all the places I went, all the places we both went. And I know this is episode 51, and on episode 50, we said we were going to talk about how Penyak travel came to be and why we love travel, and we'll just kind of see where
and recap the year. We really don't have an agenda for this show at all.
There's really not an agenda for this one, but it's just been a crazy year. And I'm just curious, what was your favorite trip in 2019?
So I just went through and recapped every month to remember where I went.
We literally just got back from a cruise, so.
And yeah, we just got back from a cruise.
Cruise is good, but definitely not the favorite.
No, not my favorite. But it was fun. I would say my favorite was our trip to Europe.
Yeah, the trip to Europe was great.
I just, I love Europe and exploring, and all of that was. All those cities over there that we went to was very new. We had never been, so I would say that was my favorite trip.
Yeah, and that one we had a lot of people listening to that because we did like a nice series on that, and we'll do we have a lot of content to cover in 2020, especially the trip we just got back from, so like the Bahamas and Coco Cay and then the Navigator of the Seas as a whole. What would you say that if you had one good tip for someone that's thinking about going to Europe and say they've never gone before, what would that one tip be?
Plan early.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
But you should.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
You don't
But part of the biggest thing on that, too, is so you can watch the flight prices because, they can be outrageous. Like I'm seeing some flight prices to Europe right now that, are $1,700 a ticket. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
So, plan early so you can watch the ticket price.
Yeah, and I think a good percentage of your trip is just going to a good cost of it. A percentage of the cost is going to be eaten up in flights.
Well, yeah,
so if
that's
you can do
why,
good on the flights, it'll help.
Right, then it'll help you, with what else you can do. So absolutely.
Yeah. So take Europe out because I knew you were going to say Europe. What's your second favorite trip? I knew you were going to say Europe.
I would say probably either Hawaii. That was a lot of fun, but you weren't there, so it's different. That was work.
I wasn't there. I wish.
So I would say outside of that, Grenada.
Yeah, Grenada.
I love that place. I would go back there tomorrow in a heartbeat.
Europe was great for me. I think Grenada was definitely I think Grenada's going to steal the number one spot.
I want to go there tomorrow.
Bordeaux was awesome, but
right.
Yeah, I mean Grenada's just a very special place.
I mean, and those are very different trips, though.
They are. They're oh my god. They couldn't be more further apart on the spectrum of activity and what you're going to do, and one you're just completely recharging, shutting it down, the batteries, and then the other one you're just go.
Yes,
so.
But I think Grenada, it just holds a special place in my heart, and that resort, Sandals, Grenada, is my all-time favorite.
Mine too. It's numero uno.
When I think about going on a vacation and relaxing, that's the one place that I just keeps me wanting to go back and back and back.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's just such a I love when we make recommendations to clients because we sent a lot of clients there, especially for the first time. We just had our friends Alex and Laura honeymoon there.
Yes,
and we knew we had just gotten back a few weeks ago, and we knew they were going. And I'm just like, oh my god, they're gonna love this place. You're just like you get so excited when you send some clients there because I mean, it's a special place.
And they said it was like by far the best. It exceeded their expectations. So
yeah, and speaking of clients, I mean, just recapping the year as a whole, like it is unbelievable how much the business has grown from 2019 to 2020. I remember, or from
2018 to 2019.
Yeah, well, pretty much the last 12 months. Like seeing the growth of this show, seeing the growth of the business. We have so many more agents now than we started with, and even way back in 2018. Because I think a lot of people are interested to know how we got into this and how this thing started. And I know we said in our last episode we might do a little recap on, you know,
on how it came to be,
on how Penyak Travel came to be, because it really is a cool story. But I think really it starts with our love for exploration and travel.
Yeah, so
I think
would
that's
say,
really what it, like, your love for travel started a long time ago.
Well, it started 10 years ago.
Yeah.
On the very cruise that we just did. So just to give you a backstory.
I wouldn't call it the very first cruise, but
it was my very first cruise.
Well, no, I'm saying it wasn't just like the cruise we just did, I should say.
Oh, no,
it was a much different boat. Times were different back then.
Right, yeah. But just to kind of give you a little backstory, so we got into travel first, really, because George did an internship at a travel agency in college.
Yes, I interned at a travel agency. This was back in 2009. And, you know, and I was actually doing the internship. I was selling real estate at the time. And that was my primary job. But I was doing that to help pay for tuition while I was in school. It's really one of the only things you can do is sell real estate, because it gives you enough flexibility to still make your classes and make your own hours, but actually generate enough income to hopefully pay for tuition, which was the goal. And then one of my classes, I was an HRTM major, hospitality, retail, tourism management major.
Oh, I thought it was hotel, restaurant,
no,
tourism management.
Yeah, hotel, restaurant.
Now he doesn't even remember.
Hotel, restaurant, tourism. I got to look at the degree. It's hanging up somewhere in here. And so tourism was a big part of my degree. And so in order to graduate, I had to have 2 internships before graduating. And ideally, you do them over a summer. And so I remember literally walking in. I mean, there was a movie theater you and I used to go to when we were kids.
Yep.
And I always knew there was a travel agency next to it. And I was like, you know what, I'll just walk in there and just, it's a tourism thing. It's a travel agency, and see if I can just come in. They don't have to pay me. I just need them to monitor what I do and then tell my professor that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Sign off on your hours.
Sign off on my hours, yeah. And I'll give you a great effort. I need flexibility. You know, as I was selling real estate, I didn't want like the hourly, because I needed flexibility was more important to me than the $6 an hour or whatever they would give me. But so yeah, long story short now, you know, my career takes off in sales, and you were miserable. You were at like a logistics company. Yes. We won't name the names, but you were at a big logistics company. That was a very big.
It's a Fortune 500 company.
It's a very corporate environment.
Yes.
And
I hated it.
You were miserable. You can go ahead and tell everyone how bad it was. I think there's a lot of people that can resonate with this story, because there's a lot of people out there that can be stuck in the miserable 9 to 5. I mean, and it's, you know, and I think companies are getting better, but even back then, that company you're working for, woof.
Oh, yeah, the hours is very long hours, not the best pay. It was salary, but, you know, it wasn't what I wanted to do. I didn't like it at all. And
we went on our honeymoon.
We went on our honeymoon in 2012 to St. Lucia after we got married, and I came back. I walked back in that office, and I was like, yep, I can't do this for the rest of my life. So set out, you know, started applying to other jobs. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was confused. I just knew that I wanted to get out of that company. And so then we started thinking about travel, and, you know, maybe I could get into travel. And we had a contact for a local travel agency who had a storefront.
That's where I interned, yeah.
Where he interned. And
I had taken a job that kind of helped offset the loss of my pay. Of your base, yeah. Because I had just recently changed jobs, and we were like, well, you know, if you hate your job, go try travel out. Do something you love, you know. And
yeah. So we talked to her. She agreed, you know.
The owner of the agency.
Yep, thought I'd be great. So we agreed to, you know, I would work for her starting in August of 2013.
Yeah.
So took the leap of faith, quit my corporate job to make an hourly wage
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
but it's
wrong
just
with it.
It's a step back. It's a huge career pivot.
Oh, yeah. I just, kind of...
It's a step back.
I took a step back, followed a dream and a hope, but I knew that this was something that I loved and that I could be really good at. So I worked there for her for 3.5 years. And then she decided to close her office because she was going to be moving out of state and approached us to buy the business. We didn't really see a need to buy the business because why pay for something you can do on your own?
Yeah, it was a large amount of money for us at the time. And we just said, if that's the price, I just don't think we can swing it. So we just kind of agreed to go our separate ways.
Yep.
We said, okay, that's fine. If that's what you want, we can't afford it. So we'll just do our own thing. And we never really felt like having this storefront and office. We kind of had a different vision for what we wanted for this company. And I'm glad we did what we did because it's funny how it all works out.
Yeah. So after that, then Penyak Travel was born.
Penyak Travel was born, and here we are today with almost 15 agents, 16 agents.
I don't know. I think I counted the other day. It was 13.
13 agents.
I probably missed
I
somebody.
lose count.
I know.
And just looking at the growth we've had this year, it's so much fun to watch, and it's such a fun business to be a part of.
And I do want to say you can't just go and open up your own travel agency. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. You do have to apply and get, your accreditation.
There's credentials, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you have to do to get your own independent travel agency. So
exactly. It's not like opening a thrift shop, and I think there's a lot of there's these things out there called host agencies, and I think you have a lot of, you have a lot of people that want to get into the business, and then they just start doing research online, and then they find these host agencies that'll charge them $100 a month or $50 a month or something, some weird number that they charge.
Right.
And then they claim that they're opening a travel agency. The problem is you're working under a different host, and a lot of these agents that are brand new, unfortunately, aren't getting the support they need.
I was going to say, I feel like the larger
ones.
I'm sorry if anyone is listening to this
okay.
and doesn't agree, but
it's fine.
Just from what I have seen and heard from other agents, you don't get an intimate support.
Yeah, it's not our business model.
No.
We're a little unique, but yeah, just like that, Penyak Travel was born though.
And here we are 3 years later.
You got your accreditation. We did everything that we're supposed to do, and here we are, and it's crazy.
I know. And now here we are sitting here doing a podcast.
Another podcast.
Travel.
It's the last podcast. I can't believe this is the last one of 2019.
I know, it's crazy, and it's funny too, just thinking about starting the podcast in the summer of 2018, summer last year.
I think July 4th, 2018 was our first.
Yeah, so here we
show.
are 18 months later, and I have to say, and I think I've mentioned it several times before, but when George first said, "Oh, let's do a podcast," I'm like, "What? No." And I don't like attention or anything like that, and it's kind of weird to me to be on a mic talking and knowing that my voice is broadcast everywhere. That's just weird. I don't like stuff like that.
I think it's awesome.
But here we are.
I love it. I dragged you into this kicking and screaming, and it's worked out.
Yeah.
With that being said, I got to look back on the last. Let's look back on the last. Give some shout outs here.
Long period of silence.
We've had tens of thousands of downloads. I mean, it's crazy.
That is crazy. I was going to say, what are the countries?
Let's see here.
Because I know we've had...
Let's give some shout-outs here. Because I love doing this. Okay.
You're taking too long.
So here we go. A lot of these are the same ones I've been giving shout-outs to.
It's okay. Repeat it.
Countries here. This would be over the last... We'll do since September. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So Canada, Australia... UK, shout out UK, Mexico, Germany, Costa Rica, Hong Kong, New Zealand, and Romania. These are the most popular. Yeah, these are the most popular countries that we have listeners in.
In Hong Kong, wow.
Since this would be since September, so September to now.
That's wild.
And then some of the cities here: Charlotte, Chicago, New York, Minneapolis, Toronto. Shout out Toronto, Houston. I love Houston. We got some good fans in Houston.
Yes.
Some
good clients.
And some good clients. We have clients and fans. L.A. Shout out L.A. Charleston, South Carolina. Shocker there. And I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Oh, gosh. Gluff, Canada? Gluff? Guelph.
I don't know.
Guelph. How would you pronounce that?
GLE.
No, Guelph. Gulf.
Canada.
Gulf, Canada.
All right, that's cool.
Shout out. And sorry if we butchered that. We're
Yeah.
gonna get a message on Instagram for that one.
Well, that's okay.
But it's just crazy, and it's so much fun to see. We really do try to put our best content out on this one,
Yes.
on this platform. We don't want.
And we hope you enjoy it. And obviously, one funny thing, though, is everybody knows how George hates long flights.
Yeah, we got a review on that once because I
loved it. I thought
kept
it was hilarious.
complaining about it, and
It
was definitely deserving that I
yes,
got that. Yeah.
You never shut up about it. So.
But it was still a 5-star, so I appreciate the 5-star.
Yeah.
But
And I appreciate you letting him know that he talks about it too much.
all feedback is important, and I
is.
actually took that feedback. I was like, you know what? I probably do whine a little bit too much about that, so
Yes.
I'm going to tone that back a little bit.
That's good.
Noted.
Yes.
Noted. But speaking of reviews, we would love it if we could get a few more reviews, 5 stars preferably. And I know some of the platforms that people listen to us on, you can't review. But I think on Google and especially Apple, you can do the reviews. So 5 stars would be awesome. But yeah, some of the platforms, I think like Stitcher and Spotify, I'm not sure if you can review on. And another thing we have to talk about is the 2 ships colliding.
Oh, the 2 Carnival ships crashing.
Yes. Yeah.
That
was wild.
That's crazy. It did look like it was very windy, and I can't imagine actually captaining something that size, but it still makes you be like, how does this happen?
How is it possible? I
Yeah.
mean, the video, so if you haven't seen the video yet, go over to our Facebook page or Instagram. We have it on both. We have it on Instagram and Facebook.
Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt, but if you haven't heard, 2 Carnival ships crashed into each other in Cozumel, Mexico.
Yes.
It was right before Christmas, and it kind of did some damage to the back of one of the ships.
I mean, the one ship sliced through the other ship like a hot knife through butter.
Oh, yeah.
And and we'll describe the video for you. So you can imagine it's kind of like parallel parking. It looks like what these ships are doing.
Yeah.
One ship is pretty much stationary. The other one's like backing up, trying to get behind the other ship. But the nose of it just clips the back of the ship that's in front of it.
Yep.
But the nose of it just cuts right through it, and like
Breaks
all
the glass.
and metal and stuff just gets bent out of shape everywhere. So the whole back right corner of the ship looks like it's been gashed into.
Yeah.
The other ship looked like it didn't sustain that much damage. The
Right.
front of that ship just went. Shoo.
Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. I have seen a bunch of memes online, though, about the lawyers waiting at the dock for when the ship comes back. So,
Oh my gosh, I'm sure there's some great memes on this one. I mean,
Yeah.
they did issue Carnival, and I'm curious your thoughts on this. Carnival did issue an apology to all their guests, and
Yeah.
also they did from what I can tell, and unless there's been more news coming out of this that like in the last day or so that we haven't seen, I think they gave everyone $100 onboard credit.
that's good.
I mean, when you look at the damage on the boat, $100 onboard credit for each room, not per person, for the
Right.
whole room. As long as no one was injured at all, and there's no impact to the customer's ability to enjoy the ship.
Right.
Because I don't know what was behind, like where this ship got hit.
I can't
I don't
remember.
know.
They said, but
I don't know if it's a lounge.
I think it's just a lounge. back
Okay, so
there.
if you lose a lounge, you can't enjoy.
I don't think it's anybody's stateroom, but I don't know. I'm sure if it was, they took more care of those
Oh gosh,
people.
yeah, if that's a
But-
stateroom. Oh yeah, you gotta like.
And I think there was one person who was like injured from running away or something like that. So,
which is unfortunate. Hopefully they're okay. But.
I would hope that they would do a little more for them. Yes, but
Yeah.
as far as everyone else, $100 onboard credit, I think that's pretty good.
I mean, that can get you if you're just like to get like beer and drinks. That can get you like 8 drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah, that can get like 4. Like if we're going, like if you and I were going 4 and 4, that's 4 rounds of drinks. That's pretty fair.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's fair.
Or it can go towards an excursion. You
Mm-hmm.
can do like some snorkeling excursion or something. But yeah, I never seen anything like that in my life.
No,
When that video, you like for those that haven't watched it, when you get time, go check it out. It's unlike anything you ever see because cruise boats. There's so many people watching where the cruise boat's turning because it's so big, and the bay or the captain's area of each cruise boat hangs off each side.
Right, on the front.
And I've watched a lot of documentaries on cruise ships. We've watched that one on our YouTube TV, and it goes into detail on how detailed and meticulous the captains are moving the ships. And they actually have, the first mate and other co-captain and stuff like that, all on the jet bridge, or not the jet bridge. What do they call it? They call it the bridge, right?
Oh yeah, but it's not the jet bridge.
The jet bridge is what you get on the plane with. You know what I mean? On each end, monitoring, and they're all on the microphone saying where the angle of the boat is and everything. Can you imagine the chaos up there?
Oh, I would have loved to be a fly on the wall because I can't imagine.
Oh my gosh, the chaos when these two Carnival ships collided in the captain's quarters.
I just wonder what's going to happen to them.
Yeah, I don't know. They're saying that currents are to blame, which I don't.
It did look very windy, but
it looks very windy, and the currents do look strong. And I don't know. We don't know that much about the engineering of these things and how powerful they should be to avoid stuff like this.
I was going to say, it seems like you have so much more control over the larger ships than you do like a small pontoon boat or something. So I do still find it hard to believe that it happened.
And you would think they have data on the currents and they know where the risks are. But yeah, never. I don't think this might be one of those things you never see ever again.
No, I think you'll see it again.
You think so?
Yeah.
I hope not. Hopefully not on any ships we like to go on. But that was just wild.
Yeah, it was wild.
Just wild.
So changing topics.
You want to change
What are you looking forward to in 2020? What travels are you looking forward to? What do you think we're going to do?
I knew you were going to ask me to travel.
We have a few things planned. Not much.
We really don't.
I'm sure that will change.
2020, we really don't have that much planned. That's a good question. I obviously want to get back to Alaska. I did that when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I do think that we are going to do that.
That's I
haven't booked it or anything, but I'm eyeing a certain sailing and some dates, and it's just all about booking it. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, so that's one.
I'm pretty sure we're going to do that in May. Yes, it's an Alaska cruise.
2020, I'm so laser focused right now on continuing to do great at the show and keep building the business piece by piece. Because I think we have an awesome culture and an awesome following here, and I just want to really that's my biggest focus for 2020 as far as Penyak goes.
We're going to be traveling.
Oh yeah, because you like a ninja. You have the when it comes to booking stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know just what to do to get me to say, yeah, let's do it. And then you push that button until I wear down.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't like travel. I love travel. I just like to do all this other stuff too.
Yeah.
And you're very good at balancing me out. And that's one way you do that.
Yes. Well, I'm sure we'll hit the Caribbean a few times, and I know we're going to check out a new resort opening. It opens in February. We're going in March, so that will be fun.
Yeah, we're doing that.
St. Martin.
Yep. And we've been to St. Martin.
Just on a cruise.
Lost my cell phone at St. Martin.
Actually, I think I lost your cell phone.
You lost my cell phone at St. Martin. I can't remember. I think we actually told the story on one of the earliest podcasts.
I can't remember.
So if you have any new listeners, they haven't heard it. That was the story about.
I always have some sort of travel mishap. So
yeah, because we were on a cruise and we rented that Jeep.
Yes.
And I wanted to rent from one of the more reputable places, and there was this guy that had a deal, and he had a
we wanted to go. I wanted to go cheap,
and this is in St. Martin, so we just wanted to rent a car and drive around. And you're like, no, we were this is were you in travel then? I can't remember. This is before.
Yeah, no, I was. That was in 2014.
Yeah, so you had just started travel, and I just remember walking up, and I just want to go to a national brand. I don't want to rent from some local. And of course,
I wanted to do whatever the most budget friendly thing was.
Yeah, and that worked out great for us. So
yeah,
there's a guy sitting there at the laminated. We're getting off the boat. We're on the coast of St. Martin, where all the passengers get off the boat, all the guests, and so there's all these people trying to sell stuff. There's a guy holding up a laminated piece of paper with a picture of a Jeep on it, and he's saying that it's very cheap, and it's the best deal. It's way cheaper than Payless and Budget and all the other rental companies that were there. And we're like, okay. I was like, let's just go to the desk. I don't want to use this guy just because I'd rather have the support of a company,
Right.
But you were pretty adamant, if I remember correctly. No, we're using this guy. And I was like, okay. And then he puts us in a van, and we had to go off-site.
So that was kind of aggravating.
And
I was like, okay, maybe this was not the best thing.
You know, before you go travel tip, you always get what you pay for.
Yes, you do.
And we, we're in a van with two of our friends because we were traveling with two of our friends on this cruise. And we're going to, like, this car shop. It was like a shop where, like, they fix
10
cars.
or 15 minutes away.
And they give us a Jeep from, like, the 80s that was rusted all to crap.
Oh, yeah. The seatbelts didn't work.
Seatbelts didn't work. It was disgusting. But we're like, screw it. At this point, let's just take it. It's like $40 or something.
Or I think one of us got stuck in the seatbelt.
Yeah, one of the seatbelts, like, like
so
you couldn't
crazy.
get out of the seatbelt.
Yeah.
It either didn't work where you couldn't even pull it on.
So we wanted to drive over to Mayo Beach, which is where, right behind the airport, and it's where the planes go in, and it looks like they're about to land on the water, and then the airstrip's right there. So wanted to go hang out there. There's a beach bar, and just watch the planes come in, 'cause it's pretty cool. Everybody does it in St. Martin.
That is an awesome thing to do.
Yeah, and we're going to do it again.
Yeah, no, before you go travel tip, if you go to St. Martin, go to Mayo Beach.
It's just neat.
And they have a little tiki bar right there off the side, so you can grab a drink, go sit on the beach. It's a public beach.
Don't go stand behind the fence as planes are taking off, as people have died doing that.
Yeah, so we got to be more descriptive. So this beach backs right up to the airport and the runway.
The runway.
There's a fence there that protects you from literally physically walking on or running onto the runway. But the planes back right up to the chain link fence.
When they're taking off.
And they're taking off, and those jet engines are just powering through the fence. And you don't want to stand behind them. That's jet fuel exhaust.
And people, it has blown them, like, away into the guardrail, and it killed someone.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you don't.
So don't do that. Just go hang out at the tiki bar.
This
relax.
is not a dangerous place. We're making this sound. Yeah. Just chill at the beach, and what you're doing there is you watch the planes come in for landing.
It's just neat.
And they fly right over the beach. I mean,
right
some
over.
of them get very close.
Yeah.
But it's just fun, and I'm sure we need to post a video of that.
I gotta find it.
It's on our Google Drive, I guarantee you.
And we had a lot of videos on your phone that we left there. So ended up after we left the beach and we were headed back to the port to drop the car off, I had George's phone because I was taking a bunch of pictures and videos, and I left it in the Jeep, and we did not realize it until the ship was literally sailing away from the dock.
Yeah, that was my cell phone, and we had a lot of pictures and videos of the whole trip. And I remember, we were on the boat, and I was like, "Hey, you still have my cell phone?" You're like, I don't have your cell phone." I said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, you had it. I gave it to you in the Jeep. You said you wanted to take pictures." And you're like, "Oh, well, let me check my bag." And you're looking in the bag, and then I knew. I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, didn't have it.
And it probably slipped, like, between the seat or something.
Yeah, so
phone
was gone forever.
Phone was gone.
And now we know to also never rent from a car from
yeah,
go to a company.
Always just go with if there's a national company, just go with that.
Yes.
Like, avoid the I don't want to say local vendors are bad, but when it comes to renting cars,
I think you're better off, with the actual car rental place at the port or the airport, whatever.
Yeah, they'll have, like, insurance and some of the supporting things that you need. So anyways,
yes.
Any final thoughts here for trip of the week? What's your last trip of the week? Because you've been, like, super busy. Your busy season's about to crank up.
Yeah.
I know you've had a ton of clients.
I actually have a trip right now that I'm working on that I've never planned for anyone before. And I think it's pretty cool.
What is it? What's your trip of the week?
He's going to Israel and doing the Holy Land.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that is a trip of the week.
Yeah, so going to Greece first for a wedding, and then he's flying from there at the end, since he's already going to be over there in the area.
Oh,
he's always wanted to do this.
That's our client, Gene.
Yes.
I love Gene.
Yes, he's 96 years old.
I love
and
Gene.
Still travels all over the world by himself, plays golf every day. It's really cool. But he's going to then fly from Athens to Tel Aviv and do a journey through the Holy Land. It's a guided, escorted tour with a tour operator.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool.
I love Gene.
Yes.
Love me some Gene.
I hope I'm 96 years old and can still get around like that. My back hurts every day, so I don't know.
And play golf all the time? I mean, he plays 18 holes all the time.
Yep.
I mean, that is like,
So I would say that's probably one of the coolest trips that I've done so far, and definitely trip of the week.
That's a great trip of the week.
Yes.
What's your favorite trip of the year? And
Oh,
that
gosh.
one's too hard, yeah.
I was gonna say I don't
There's
know.
so many good ones.
There's,
I mean,
there's so many good ones. Like
it's
I
been a
love
great year.
the destination weddings and planning our own trip to Europe. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
I waited till the very last minute to fill in a lot of those details.
No, before you go, don't wait till the last
Don't
minute,
do
like
that.
you said. But,
Yeah.
But I'm like me as a client. I'm like so low on the totem pole. Our clients come first over us.
Yes.
So when we plan trips for us, it's usually last minute because all of your energy goes towards our clients.
Yeah, no, and I've done a lot of Alaska recently, and I always love that. And I love planning trips to Europe and like piecing it all together. I don't know why. I just think it's fun.
I mean, how many trips do you think the company did this year?
I have no idea.
I know we keep track of it, but
I have no idea.
I mean, it's been hundreds of thousands. I mean, it's been a lot.
It's not hundreds of thousands.
Well, no, like it's we've definitely had well over 1,000 clients travel.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 1,000. Thousands.
Yeah.
Plural. I don't know how many. We have to,
I don't know how
we'll
many.
have to look it up, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Just in 2019 alone.
Yes.
Especially between traveled and booked.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's a lot. So I know George is a numbers guy. He likes to know, like, oh, what is this number? What is that number? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm just trying to get through the day and answer emails as quickly as I can.
And I'm a podcast guy.
Yes, obviously.
My throat is like, I feel like my throat's dry, so I'm sorry if anyone's listening.
Sound a little raspy.
Yeah, I'm drinking my coffee or just trying to, I don't know.
We haven't done a happy hour episode in a while.
Ooh. Maybe we'll do
Because
that
I don't
in
think we did, or maybe one of our last few ones was, but we haven't done as many of those this year.
Yeah, we used to do it because we used to do this show at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Now we do it sometimes early in the morning when we're drinking coffee.
Which is right now.
And my coffee quite hasn't kicked in yet. I'm about to get another cup.
Yep. So, all right. I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
I was gonna say you're being a little slow here.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you had any closing thoughts for 2019.
I guess just thank you to everyone who has reached out and given us reviews and let us help you with your vacation plans. We really, truly appreciate it. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, like we love you guys. I really think we have the best clients in the world. And we have so much fun interacting. And a lot of our clients become our friends because we have so much fun interacting with you guys. And especially like planning travel is just fun.
It is fun.
It's just so much fun. And I love being a part of it. And we love being a part of it. And all of our agents. I mean, that's one thing when we bring on a new agent, we want them to love travel. And not only love your own travel, but love your clients' travel.
Right.
Because that's the ticket to success. Is not everyone loves travel. Who doesn't love travel? Who doesn't love going on a cruise or getting away, decompressing and exploring? But it's, do you love it enough to love your clients' travel? And I think that's what separates us a little bit is we love our clients' trips just as much as we love our own.
Oh, yeah. I love planning things for everyone, getting pictures,
And the
hearing the
notes.
stories, about how much fun you had and you enjoyed it. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, one new thing we're starting for 2020. And
What?
maybe we'll talk about this a little bit in the next podcast. Trip of the week. We're not trip of the week.
I was like, we've been saying trip of the week.
This coffee hasn't kicked in.
Client picture of the week.
Picture of the week.
We still might just sprinkle in some random ones here and there, but yes.
Oh, pick of the week. That's new.
Yes.
I'm making the executive decision. We are doing pick of the week once a week. Joe, our assistant, will go ahead and I'm going to submit them all to Joe. Our agents will. And then Joe will pick one, and she'll just have a pick of the week.
Yeah.
So send us your pictures if you're traveling. Anyways, that's it. I hope you guys have a safe and happy new year.
Very happy new year, and we look forward to many more episodes in 2020.
And 2020 is going to be an awesome year for our show, for the business, for you guys, whoever's listening. It's going to be an awesome year for you. And we hope if you travel that we can help you be a part of, have a great 2020 through travel because we're here for you. But we love you guys so much. Thank you for a phenomenal 2019. Have a safe and happy new year, and new year, new you 2020, new decade.
Yes.
New you 2020. We'll see you guys next year.